Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? It is Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific. And if you follow my channel, you know what that means. That means it is time for the daily, I was almost going to say daily financial news. I already did that show. That's at 7:30. This is your weekly live Q&A. Just want to let you know today that next Saturday, July 10th, yes, July 10th, we will not be doing the live stream. It looks like Olivia and I will be getting away and enjoying hopefully enjoying some fun. So next Saturday, we will not be doing this, but we will be doing it today and obviously the week after. I don't take very many Saturdays off because I really enjoy doing these with you. I enjoy the conversations. Second thing I'm going to do here that I don't normally do is I'm going to ask, beg, help. I'm about 118 subscribers short of the magic number of 20,000. Way back at the beginning of June, I was hoping to hit it by the July 4th, and that's tomorrow, folks. So we are really, really close. If you can do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. If you're already subscribed, please know I appreciate you every day. Thank you for the support, daily viewership, interaction, thumbs up, sharing videos. You are the best. But yeah, 118, or actually, no, it's 128. 128. Did the math wrong in my head. 128 short of 20,000. So if you can help with that, that would be greatly appreciated. If not, we will get there someday. But that is where we are at. So the one thing I wanted to talk about, I put it in the heading or title of this video, is I can see clearly what will cause the next housing bubble and ultimately the next housing crash, foreclosure wave, short sales. It will be nasty, just like last time. And this is based on my experience. I've been doing this 20 years. I've seen a couple of cycles. I lived through it. I saw up close and personal the pain. But here's the deal. I saw it before, right? Kind of got out of the way and prospered after. All right. But let's talk about the last crisis, and then we will put it in context of what could, it's not a certainty, but it is what could happen today. A lot of people who didn't invest in the last crisis only talk about what they read online. And what they do is they talk about, bad loan products and this, that, and the other thing. And, that's an interesting talk track, and there's some validity to it. I've talked about the teaser loans and arms resetting, and what really created a cascading. That created a cascading problem where strategic default became an answer for people. So there's some validity to the conversation, but here's the deal. Do you know what the hardest thing or the worst thing to own, like 05, this is before bubble pops? It was kind of middle of the road apartments. Owning apartments was terrible. It's the only time in my 20 years I've had to give move-in specials. I believe for a couple of my apartments, I actually gave 1 month off to get in because we were losing tenants to home ownership. Now, some of you are going to hear this and blast me. You got to remember, when we did tenant applications, we know their credit, we know their jobs, we know their income. And some people we declined got home loans. What? We declined them as renters because their debt to income wasn't great or their payment history wasn't great, but they were getting home loans. So the beginning of the end was we were taking a significant swath of renters and making them owners. That's actually what happened, right? The soup was made. It just needed to simmer for a couple of years, and then it blew up as expected. So what very few people realize, what very few people talk about is, unfortunately, the real cause of the last crash the beginning or the blow up of the balloon is we were taking non-qualified buyers, people who should have gotten no answers, and we gave them yes answers in huge numbers. That wave felt great for a couple of years. And then stuff started to crack and crack and crack. And then their bad loan products blew up and just downhill from there. So again, I am a huge proponent of homeownership. I believe you should get on the property ladder as soon as possible. But I want you to get on the property ladder and stay there. There's a big difference. Getting on the property ladder, being a homeowner for 2 years and then wrecking your credit with a foreclosure or short sale for a decade, not really a good thing, right? Getting a homeownership should change your life and your family's life. It shouldn't be the death to your credit. And you can just imagine how many kids saw their parents lose their homes last time that will never be homeowners because of the pain that they saw. It's pretty bad. So again, folks, I have a couple of topics here. Remember, this is for you. You can leave questions on the right. I will go ahead and answer them as they come up. But I do have some more thoughts on this. So again, that is what really caused the crash last time, is people who should have gotten no answers from a bank got a yes answer. So what did I just read this morning? I just read this morning that there are 2 bills working their way through government. I don't know if it's Congress or the Senate or who's doing what, but there's 2 bills. One is up to $25,000 in cash to help with the down payment. And second is a $15,000 tax credit that you could get back when you file your taxes. The $25,000 credit with the down payment really scares me. That one really scares me. The $15K tax credit scares me, but at least you have to have the down payment and you get your money back. The $25K down payment is a recipe for disaster. If you can't save 3.5%, if you can't save 3.5% of the purchase price, what makes you think you can handle a house where stuff breaks? I mean, seriously, why are we doing this again? I mean, why are we doing this again? This will not end well. It will feel great. Government will be able to say we went from 65% home ownership to 72. They will pat themselves on their back, and then they won't. Again, we did this last time. Other scary statistics I read this morning is it takes a typical renter 14 years to save 15 grand. Think about that. That's shocking on so many levels. I mean, that's an income problem. That's a spending problem. 14 years to save 15 grand. And this is what the government wants to fix. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't save the down payment. We'll give it to you. Of course, they will give it to you in a couple of categories. First generation homeowner, some kind of income requirements. Part of me thinks these income requirements will be, hey, you've got to make less than X. My hope is you got to make more than X, but my guess is it'll be less than X. And they will give you more money if you're socially or economically disadvantaged. I'm not sure what that means, but yeah. Again, I am all for home ownership. I think it is the best thing that ever happened to my parents and ultimately my sister and I. But I want you to be able to hold it forever, right? I want you to live in there for 30 years and pay it off and have a great asset for when you're retired. I think giving people cash encouraging home ownership will do two things. One is it will create a lot more demand. Two, it will raise prices dramatically. And three, it will ultimately lead to foreclosures and short sales. Owning a home is hard. There's a lot of costs in owning a home. And if you're that close to if you actually should get a no answer, but they say yes, they're setting you up for failure. Now, some of you will do fine, right? You'll get a raise or get a job or lower expenses, whatever it is. But many of you are being set up to fail. That's what happened last time. Again, I can't tell you. I remember multiple times having a conversation with my property manager saying, why are we declining these people and they're buying homes? They don't qualify to rent, but they qualify to buy. We're going to do that again? Why don't we teach financial literacy? I mean, come on. The school system is broke. We're teaching people how to be workers, employees. At least teach them about money. The fact that it takes somebody 14 years to save 15 grand is a problem. The rat race is real, people. We got to get our money right. Man, that is frightening. So again, no idea if these bills pass, no idea if they'll have teeth, no idea if it'll be such a small box that qualifies. But if you want to talk about how the next housing bubble happens, we take 10% of renters and make them homeowners. That will not end well. It just won't. It just won't. It just won't end well. It just won't end well. So that's what I think there. Again, remember, folks, we're here to answer your questions. You can leave your questions here on the right. I will go back to the top and scroll down. I've got two more topics to get to. The first one is I have a second course called Get Your Money Right, The Game of Money. I just want to highlight what's in there. I'm seeing a lot of opportunity for folks to take advantage of that course and aren't. First and foremost, I've done a lot of reading recently about millionaires, and I've interviewed all my experts who are multimillionaires, and I've run most of them through this program. They're on my YouTube channel. You can find their discussions. But the first thing in the course is something called choices. It's an exercise that all of you should go through. It basically goes through the 10 largest monthly expenses like housing, food, cars, kids, all that stuff. And it asks you for what you're spending today. And then asks you to say, okay, if we had to sacrifice, like, oh, by the way, Olivia and Michael did all those 20 years ago, what could we get by with? This is what I call needs versus wants. Your wants. Right? For us, as I remember, because I did do the spreadsheet and I gave you my example and tried to be myself at 30, we didn't change our housing. Our housing was what it was going to be, but we lowered food. We lowered entertainment. That's how we increased our discretionary or freedom dollars. But most of you need to go through the choices exercise to figure out where you could go. But don't forget the choices exercise also has, right? What's the Mac Daddy? What's your vision? Where do you want to go? Right? I've told you many times that a goal I had for a long time was to have three condos or townhouses around the world so we can just chase the sun. Right? So we priced that out. So again, the choices exercise is something more and more of you need to take seriously. You need to go through it. Next up, thanks to the lumberjack landlord or Matt that I talked to on Tuesdays and Fridays, he actually gave us a 30-day tracking spreadsheet. If you don't know Matt, he's a 9th grade dropout. He is somebody who's earned financial freedom. I think his portfolio is almost 70 deep now in New Hampshire. Again, 9th grade dropout. He talks about his rewards being McDonald's Happy Meals as he was building his foundation. But you got to track your expenses. And if you're going to do it, which you all should if you haven't already, you need to guess what your expenses are. And most of you will be off by 50%. Most of you with your credit cards and debit cards and cash, you just don't know how much you spend, and that is bad. You need to track your expenses. Then the Get Your Money Right course introduces different levels of money, right? What is your gross income, net income, discretionary or freedom dollars? These are all things that people don't talk about. I also try to introduce a new thought process for when you are shopping, and this is something you should teach your kids. Stop looking at price tags. Convert everything to time. It's not $1,000 video game console or $1,000 phone. It's 47 hours of work. You don't realize it, and I'm trying to help you, but you're selling your future hours to buy stuff. 47 hours. Are you willing to sell 47 hours for that $1,000 widget? It's a very different thought process. Then I talk about freedom dollars, how to calculate them, how to understand them, what is going on. And then finally, I help you calculate your family's financial health score. There are 5 categories, and this will change in your life. But I suspect many of you will be shocked at where you fall on the financial health score. So all of that is in the $99 Get Your Money Right course, The Game of Money. More of you should take advantage of that. And you know what? We're going to just stop there, and we were going to go to the top and say hi to everybody and see what kind of questions you have. So Ultimate Bargains, Jeffrey, how you doing? Thanks for being here weekly. Tamika, how you doing? Good morning. Yes, definitely getting away. It's been too long, so we're heading out of town next week. Life is Foundation, absolutely. Be sure to stop once in a while. Yes, sir. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think you're right, Nathan. Good morning. I think we're about to have 6 months of people buying experiences, not stuff. I talked about that, I think, on the Daily Financial News this morning. And that all ties together. It's going to be a very interesting 6 months. Jeffrey, bad loans granted to bad borrowers. What could possibly go wrong? I know, right? And it'll be just like last time. For like 2 years, they'll pat themselves on the back. Oh, look at we're doing this, we're doing that. And then it will just. And if you ever want to see me sell all my homes, let both of those things happen. I'll wait because it won't go up immediately, but boy, it will accelerate. And I will just watch the Affordability Index. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go buy yourself this book because I tell you my playbook right in here. It's where I went from 8 to 80. It's going to be so amazing how this could just repeat itself 20 years later. It's frightening. Yep, Tamika, yeah, homeownership's a huge responsibility, no question. Hey, John, good morning. How are you? Nathan, oh, question, okay. How to not get emotionally attached to your rentals. One cares for the house like yourself, so the more rentals I have, the worry increases. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't get emotional about any of my rentals. To me, they're just Nathan, to me, they're just a bond. You're in my course, so it's just like the yield calculation. Seriously, every house, every apartment building is a bond. How much yield do I expect from it? Yeah. I'm not emotionally attached to any of them, which allows me to sell them when they're not performing. Like I just sold that triplex earlier in the year. I sell stuff that's overpriced. The other thing, Nathan, when I buy something, I plan to hold it forever. But at the same time, everything I own is for sale. If you want to come pay a stupid price for something, I'll sell it to you. And that's what happened in 06. That's what happened with a couple of apartments in 19. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not emotionally attached. They're just numbers to me. They're just numbers. Yeah, I'm emotionally attached to people and pets and things like that, but not rentals. I don't know if I'm just odd that way. Maybe I got to think about that. I'm not emotionally attached to any of them. I don't know. Maybe I'm odd. Jeffrey, FYI, the 08 crash happened when the pensions, mutual funds, sovereign funds stopped buying the junk securities backed by MBS. Now the Fed is buying that junk. Greater crash coming. Well, I think if we tie things together, for example, if these programs we just talked about and I ranted about, hopefully I ranted. It was supposed to be somewhat emotional. Hopefully it didn't come across wrong. But yeah, if we have these programs come out, prices shoot up another 20 or 30%, heaven forbid, and then the Fed only buys, you could tie it together where it becomes an even bigger bubble, which boy, I'd be in cash. Whew, I'd be in cash. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah, that whole Mike, yeah, when service workers owned a lot of homes because of bad debt. Yep. Oh, that's funny. You guys are too funny. Where are we going? Ah, Tamika. That's interesting. Perhaps this is another way to push aside the investor. Yeah, that's certainly a result. I agree with that, but I wonder if it's a motive. I wonder if it's a motive. Yeah, I don't think it's a motive. I think it's um, I guess it's a symptom or an outcome. But yeah, again, if prices go up, guys, that's why. What do I talk about all? And again, let's go back. I'm talking about these 25s and 15s and all these incentives. They're proposals. I don't even think they've been voted on yet. I don't even think they're on the floor yet. But these are things that I look out into the future and go, oh my God, this could be horrible. It would be years in the future horrible. Just like last time, the first couple of people to get in, no big deal. It's when the wave comes. So again, keep watching your market. Keep locking in 30-year debt. Remember, I bought Norris Drive for 107 when it made sense, and then I sold it for 264 3 years later when it didn't make sense. You buy today and the numbers work, 30-year debt, 30-year debt, 30-year debt, lock it up. But hey, if the rules change and your prices double, think about that. In 3 years, my 107 went to 264, and you can look it up on Zillow to see what I'm talking about. 1818 Norris Drive East, 93703. That could happen, but don't let what could happen stop you from doing good or great deals today. But trust me, I'm trying to buy every house I can today with as cheap a debt as I can, and I will gladly sell them if they all triple in prices in 3 years. But yeah, it could get wonky. Oh my God, it could be crazy. Oh, a Las Vegas update. I got to check in with Brian Lebo. He was been traveling. I will reach out to him today after this. I'll text him. Hold on, I'm just taking an action item. LV. Thank you for that. I had forgotten. Yep, this is a great exercise in discretionary spending. Absolutely. More people need to take advantage of that. Basilio, good morning. Layla, good morning. Ryan, good morning. Question, is it going to get 3 months advance rent plus security deposit? Is it going to get 3 months advance rent plus security deposit? I think Nathan, there might be a word missing there. Are you asking, is it possible to get 3 months advance rent plus security deposit? I think there are some rules in certain states which would prevent that. I don't know all states, so check yours. I certainly have gotten 2x deposit before. For some reason, maybe they had pets or something. I don't remember. Some people have paid a year in advance. I remember one guy who was moving in for out of work. His company paid the full year. So I've gotten prepaid rent before. Yeah. So I might be missing part of your question. It's certainly. Mike, how you doing? Affordability depends on where you are. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Prices today may be similar. Interest rates are half. So I talk with Matt, who's out of New Hampshire. His affordability is terrible. My affordability in Fresno is fine. It's 41 or 42. No issues. So affordability is market specific for sure. And you got to remember, affordability has 3 categories: price, interest rate, and income. Prices are up, rates are down, incomes are up. Affordability is fine. And I think I haven't done the numbers. I don't care about most of the country, but my suspicion is most of the country is probably okay. I think there are a couple of hot spots that are just nuts, but I think most of the question's okay. Most of the country is okay. Yep. Question. Smoosh Star, how you doing? Military home buyers 2021 VA loan change duty station. Oh, okay. Well, I know several people that have done that. I have several students who have leveraged the VA loan. Yeah, they basically either self-manage from far away or have a property manager. I'm not sure. You'll have both options depending on what market you're in. Probably easy to sell. Lots of VA or military folks actually build uh, build their portfolio every time their duty station changes. It's a there are several YouTube. I think I've done several interviews with folks who have done that. They've built a portfolio based on their duty stations. Some house again, man. Dude. This is you do a VA loan. You house hack with a couple of buddies every duty station. It's a great way to get on the property ladder. It's one. It's one of the best thing the VA does for you. Serving your country. It's awesome. Fully supported. Yeah, I might be missing something in your question because it's actually a great strategy. The property is simply an economic engine for generating positive net cash flow for you. Nothing more than that. Leave the trophy properties for folks who have more cash than brains. Jeffrey with the one-liners. That is awesome. That seems a repeat question. Oh, get emotionally attached to my collections, cars, baseball cards, etc. I guess I'm lucky that way. I don't have that. Only things that are alive for me. Aren't investors buying blocks right now? They're investing. I don't see it in my neighborhood. I think the reporting on it has been grossly exaggerated. However, I think it is about to be a bigger thing. I think build for rent is about to become a monster activity for hedge funds, insurance companies. I don't know why more of them just haven't bought builders and said, stop building for the public, build for me only. I mean, they should. Yeah, they're out there. Yep. Single family rentals. So when I was investing in the beginning, like 03 to 10, 11, single family rentals were not something hedge funds or Wall Street wanted. They were too small. They were too spread out. No economies of scale. Lo and behold, the crash came and they could entire books, which were entire lists of properties. They're like, damn, we got some scale. It's now a model. They're like, hey, we like this. And I just talked about one hedge fund, or actually, I don't know if it's a hedge fund, one partnership who bought 4,000 units in the crash. They just sold them all. They sold the last 1,000 for $300 million. Crazy. And they're all buying new homes. So yeah, build for rent is real. Is real for sure. How do you lock in 30-year rates if you own 10 finance properties? I leverage a non-QM lender. Go to my channel and look up a playlist called non-QM lenders. There are lots of them. I just talked to one. You will not get cheap money, right? The government, FHA, Fannie, Freddie aren't going to loan, but you can get 30-year money at 5.99. It's pretty easy. It's called a non-QM lender. Oh, great. Thanks, Manny. 5-star review. We got 88 people watching. Have all 88 of you given me a 5-star review? This morning, I think we're at 611. I can't wait till when we're at 1,000. That'd be cool. Thanks, Manny. I appreciate that. What do you think about becoming a real estate agent as a job? That depends on what you want to do. I know 200 agents. I would say about half absolutely love it. They love helping owner-occs get their first home. They usually focus, right? They either focus investors, first-time homeowners. I would say about half of them love it, and about half of them hate it. So it is a job. It's not a hobby. I got my license because I thought there was more information to be had. It is there's not. At least I didn't see any. So I won't be renewing it. I think they go for 2 years, and I think it's over in November. I think. But yeah, I think as long as you treat it as a job. Like I talked to Omar. He's my real estate entrepreneur Tuesdays. I think at 9 a.m. He's great. I think again, it's a job. If you enjoy working with the public, you enjoy the thing about being a real estate agent is you do all the work and the check is the last thing that shows up. And, get ready to do a lot of work and not get paid. But yeah, I mean, about half the agents I know love it. So yeah. Thanks for the review. I appreciate it. How do you present, pitch, seller finance, seller carry to the listing agent? I don't talk to the agents, at least not directly. What I would do, so if I was calling an agent on a house, I would need to know a couple of things to even talk about it. So Lewis, what I would probably do is say, hey, I'm interested in house 123 Main Street. Quick question. Does the owner have a mortgage or do they own it free and clear? They have a mortgage. Do you know if they own, did they refi? They have a big balance. If they say yes, then seller carry is not an option. I think too many people look for seller carries when the seller doesn't support it. You have to find the right situation. So if I was talking to an agent, say, Michael Zuber, I'm looking to buy a house at 123 Main Street. Just curious, does the owner own it free and clear or have a big mortgage? Oh, no, they own it free and clear. They got inherited or they bought it 30 years ago or whatever. Great. Do you know what the seller plans to do with the money? Oh, they're going to buy another property. I'm helping them, right? They're going to go bigger. Or no, this is just one of the ones they own. So that's what I would do. I would have those conversations first before I ever presented, let's talk seller financing. I think too many people rush into the conversation, not trying to qualify the owner or seller. That's what I think. Creative financing is about taking title to subject to existing owner occupant cheap mortgage loan. There is no limit to the number of low cost. Yep. Non-recourse loans. Yep. Can they do the same in today's market, i.e. 17, 18, 20% of property evaluation order? How would one hedge against property value correction in the future? Thanks. I don't know. Maybe I missed part of your question. Can they do the same in today's market? I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean property appreciation? I'm not sure what that means. So again, what I don't, the beauty about buying single family homes is you get 30-year money. So you're not forced to refi if property values fall a little bit. So I don't look at, once I buy it, I don't look at the price. I don't look at appreciation or anything. I'm only interested in the cash flow. And a little known fact last time is when values crashed, rents went up. I spend cash flow. I don't spend net worth. And again, the other thing to realize is you don't have to hold. Read my book. I got out of the market when it got unaffordable, and I moved somewhere else. Right? I moved into small apartments, and I'm going to do it again. So you don't have to stay in. If your market gets unaffordable and people start overpaying, like again, if those two bills pass, and we've got, I don't know, 20 million people suddenly looking to buy, prices are going to go skyrocketing. We only have 1 million homes available. If seriously, folks, if we unleash 10 million new buyers, first-time buyers, into a market with less than 2 million inventory, I mean, prices could double in some markets. I mean, what are they freaking thinking? It's crazy. Smoosh, thank you. Glad you like the channel. I try. Morning, Mark. How are you? I covered, Levon, I covered the rant on first-time homebuyer programs that could potentially cause a bubble in the first 10 minutes. You might want to go back to that. Sorry. But basically, what they could potentially be doing is taking a mass amount of people who don't qualify for loans and giving them a loan. And that is a repeat of what we did last time. A lot more details in the first 10 minutes. Good morning, Patel. How are you? Yep. Besides the detached ADU looking to build, have you taken advantage of ADU rules in the garage conversions? No, I have not. I invest in Fresno, California, where The return's just not there yet for a garage conversion. Garage conversion is very much more a high-priced market, Silicon Valley, SoCal, things of that nature. It's not that I wouldn't do it. It's just not economically possible. But on the ADU I'm looking to build a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, which will be interesting, right? So I'm actually hoping to get that person that's working with me interviewed, so you'll get more stuff. You're discouraged. Oh, well, I'm sorry. That's not what I tried to do. I'm sorry. Levon, you're very welcome. Why are you discouraged? That's not good. Do you believe the Fed will be at a crossroads by the end of the year? It seems they have backed into a corner, and whatever decision they make has a negative outcome. I don't know if I would say. What I think about the Fed is, I think the Fed has made the bed, and it's about to get ugly. I think the stock market specifically is greatly over exaggerated. Yeah, there's pain for pumping trillions of dollars in the economy, but there's no saying it can't go higher. I mean, they could. I think the Fed can delay it if everything goes right another year or year and a half. It doesn't have to. A lot of people are talking like it suddenly got a pop, but I don't know. I do believe rates have to go higher, but I mean, look at the 10-year now. It's actually down. It's like 1.42 or something. Something's going on. I actually think cash is pretty good today. Sitting on cash is probably not a bad thing. Yes, patience and diligence. Do the work so you can be ready to find a needle in the haystack. Absolutely right. Oh, the Bay Area. Yeah, the Bay Area is terrible. But good news, 41% increase in listings. San Jose. Okay. What do you think about real estate investment like Fundrise? Don't know it. Don't speak about things I don't know. Um, I don't know what it is. Is that one of the sites where you can be a part owner of something? I don't know. I don't know what Fundrise is. Generally speaking, I don't like investing in other people's dreams. I believe in doing the work. I believe in getting confidence. I believe too many of us are lazy and don't build our own experience, knowledge, continue the work. I've come to realize that my superpower is unique. I've been looking at my market for 20 years almost every day, and I'm excited every day. Some people do that exercise and they get bored, discouraged. I always think the next day is going to be the day I find the deal of the year. I am very excited about that. I didn't realize I was unique until I started helping people. But dude, I can't tell you every day. Like I'll look at my market again later tonight. I looked at it this morning. I'm excited. I just never know when I'm going to find that deal. And that's after 2020, folks. I did 250 offers and got nothing. Still excited. I always thought the next offer was the one. Yeah, it's crazy. Just want to say it here again, folks. If you're watching and not yet a subscriber, do me a favor. 20,000 by July 4th, and I only have 24 hours left. So I need some help. Let's see. What else we got? I've noticed that uncertainty has risen since January. Buy now or never. I don't know. I'm going to assume we're talking about housing, given it's on my channel, Antonio. And then the other thing to realize is with housing, are you buying owner occupied or buying as an investment? Owner occupied is a decision no other person should help you with. That's a family decision. Investment properties are just the numbers. Go figure out average. It takes time. It's hard work. But you know, your deal is to only find good or great deals. They're out there. They're hard. 99% of the deals suck, but it's your job to go find the 1%. Oh, Fundrise is a REIT. Not very liquid, but they are good. Oh, yeah. Don't know anything about REITs. I put my 401k in it when I was working, but it's not there anymore. Yeah, The Deal of the Decade comes along once a week. Dolph LaRose. I read that book. He 52 weeks in Vegas, or 52 deals in 52 weeks. That's another book I read. I'm dyeing my hair purple when I get to 10 units. Yes. Tag me on the Instagram post. I got to tell you, I think we're going to get to this 50 deals as of last week. And I'll give you the number for tomorrow. It's more than 50 now. But yeah, I can see my hair going purple soon. Well, not soon, but this year. How many offers have you made this, folks? Oh, so far this year. There's a good question, Rob. I think I've made probably 35 to 40 offers this year. I probably made 15 in the last month, maybe 6 weeks. Yeah, probably 15 in the last 6 weeks. I'm seeing more inventory. My buy box is seeing more stuff. Yep. Yep. Look at the market every day. You never know when a great deal is there. Yep. Price equals demand / offer. Yep. When you say you made 250 offers, were they all your MLS, owners direct? So when I said 250, those were all MLS. If you've read my book, I bought my entire portfolio except two properties out of the MLS. So the MLS is easiest to use. It's data. It allows you to figure out good and great, average, bad deals. So when I say 250, those are all offers via agents. Yeah, right. Are all MLS deals. Yep. Do I believe lumber future add to real estate slowing? Do you believe lumber is a factor at all? I know lumber was a factor. I talked to builders, right? The beauty of having a channel that's got nearly 20,000 subscribers is people return your phone calls when you call them. And a lot of builders stopped building or drastically slowed down. Many builders told me they were pouring foundations and stopping. However, lumber has collapsed 42%. It's still up 100%, but it's down 42%. So builders are starting. Lumber was a problem. Yep, nothing wrong to have cash when you think you're at the top. Yep, absolutely. All right, folks, this has been a lot of fun. Remember, if you can help me, there's 107 of you watching and only 25 thumbs up. What have I got to do? 42 minutes. Yeah, 42 minutes. What is your thoughts about Wall Street article about whisper listings? Well, I haven't read that article. Whisper listings. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't. So whisper listings. Interpret it from context. I think that means that there's more inventory out there that's not in the MLS. I read about something like that in Manhattan. I don't know what a whisper listing is. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't guess. I don't know what it is. Oh, not using the MLS. Yeah, that's not new. People talking about it new, like it's new. That's not new. Lots of builders have been doing that. Like builders could have a 20 units available and they only list one, and then they talk about the others. Yeah, that's not new. Could it be going on more now than before? Maybe. It's a hot market, right? I think in the California real estate contract, I think the agent, I think they have 72 hours once a contract is signed to get it in. I think you'd have to check. But yeah, it's not uncommon, that's for sure. All right, everybody, I'm going to shut this down again. 103 people watching, 39 thumbs up. That's cool. Thank you. We're better. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. If you can help me get to 20,000 subs, I would greatly appreciate it. Ask your friends to subscribe. Do whatever you can to get me to 20,000. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. We will do the live stream in about 16 minutes. Bye.